If there was never the intention of giving Matthew Judon what he wants, let's for the sake of this conversation, let's say it's 3-4 year deal, right? Why wouldn't you just franchise him then? To ensure you don't have this, and he's going to be happy-ish because he'd get the cash for 1 year, and then you can figure it out. And then, by the way, in that scenario that I'm giving, George, he's 1 year older. What kind of season are we talking about? Did he get hurt again? Did he stay healthy, but he wasn't as productive in the second half of the season again? Because we've seen that from him. Let's not act like this guy's Lawrence Taylor, respectfully. Like, we've seen him, his production fall off in the second half of football seasons. That's actually kind of consistent with him. So my thinking is, like, what was Elliott Wolf's game plan?
If they franchise tag him $21 million, that's a price on a defensive end this year. And we're talking $15 to $18 million.
Okay, then get the deal done, right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I just wonder what was the, not Judon, take Judon out of it. What was the brain trust plan here?
We have a guy that we signed to a 4-year deal with $30 million guaranteed.
He's got a year left, though.
And we had a guy that held in last year. And when the way we got him to show up was, fine, we're going to take your year 4 money and bump it up to year 3.
Yes.
And he showed up. We did our part. Now you got to show up for year 4.
I don't know.
Where Elliott, it's a leverage play on both sides. It's business on both sides.
I don't like that move.
And this is,
of course, he's going to raise hell.
Elliott Wolf went after Calvin Ridley, struck out.
Yeah.
But now you know who your quarterback is. Now you know what your offensive coordinator is. You have a better picture of your entire roster and setup.
Right.
Now you're going for Brandon Ayuk. We'll see if they strike out there. Because this
you think it's holding it? Okay.
Down the road, a young wide receiver 1, clear receiver 1 like Ayuk, more valuable for the big picture than a 32-year-old edge rusher. That's a tough part because if Judon was 28, 29, this would all be done. You're 32. And this is when you look at the top guys getting paid I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Outside of Danielle Hunter, they're all 30 years old or younger.
Where would that that franchise tag price, where would that put him in terms of,
quick Google.
I mean, because now that's a higher number than I thought it would be.
So, if we're going, you know me, I only like the guaranteed money. Hold on.
I know, but just even just for the sake of the conversation, if he's at 21, I mean, that sounds like,
let's say average a year, which isn't the true number because it's not guaranteed. That would put him just ahead of Trey Hendrickson, just below Bradley Chubb. But this is why I look at fully guaranteed.
I think that's
if
fair.
You get him from that 30 to 34 range, that's Bryce Huff.
No.
That's Kayvon Thibodeau.
No.
But that's Bryce Huff, 26. Kayvon Thibodeau, 24.
Yeah, and
you're 32.
They're also better. I'm not going to lie.
Judon over Thibodeau.
That kid, I don't know. That kid with
Huff
the Giants
is a specialist
is a dog.
with the Jets. We'll see what he is with the Eagles.
The kid with the Giants is a dog.
Kayvon Thibodeau's okay.
I like him.
He hasn't shown up consistently yet. Let's go over Rashawn Gary, 27.
Okay.
$34 million fully guaranteed.
Yeah.
And Rashawn Gary's more of an every down guy, a little more versatile, but not as polished as a pass rusher.
Right. I'm not going to lie. And younger, right? I'm not going to lie, bro.
That $21 million guaranteed in 1 year, if I'm going average year, then fine. I'll drop my stop being stubborn. That gets him just below Max Crosby.
Yeah.
Which is his value, but it's fully guaranteed. And then you're revisiting this again next year.
George,
and if you tie up $21 million to him and then Brandon Ayuk can happen, and then you have to manipulate the cap.
Yeah, but I don't know if they can play that game now.
All these guys
I don't know if they
bargains.
can play that game.
Godchaux is still top 30 paid. He's not top 25.
Right.
Onwenu's top 5 range. No one's number 1. But they're in that top 10, top 5. They're in that range. And that's what the Patriots are looking for. They're looking for those hometown discounts.
I want to be clear here because I've switched sides. This is as definitive as I can be. The Patriots dropped the ball by not paying this guy already. Matthew Judon has an absolute – if I'm a judge, banging the gavel, case dismissed. Like, he deserves this contract that he wants. He does. Patriots dropped the ball. They bleeped that up. Comma. They got to move Matthew Judon now. I'm now on the side of the Patriots. This has become an absolute mess. And now if you try to go back to the table with him, the Patriots, can't play hardball anymore. You can't stick to whatever deal he keeps saying, screw you, I'm not signing that, and tweeting out, it's all lies, they're trying to make me look bad. Don't put that in front of him anymore. Either give him what he wants and apologize and hug it out, and we got Matthew Judon, or you have to move him yesterday. It's that simple. I am now on the side of the Patriots. I think Judon should have been paid, but we are where we are, right? They got to move him.
I can't get past him showing up, no pads, and doing all that.
Right.
If it was just a straight holdout, it would be fine. Like, let's look at some of the holdouts in Patriots history. I picked out 3 different guys because they were at the top of their position.
All right.
Like Deion Branch held out after Super Bowl MVP, got traded to Seattle. That's fine. Like they can live without Deion Branch.
Yeah, he was trying to cash out.
Richard Seymour, 2005. He had 2 years left on his rookie deal.
remember, yeah.
He got $1 million a year bump after that. Then after that season where he produced again, he got a 3-year, $30 million contract. A lot of money back then.
Well, he didn't really get paid till he went to the Raiders.
But that is a big we're talking 2006.
Right.
Again. So Asante Samuel didn't report until midway through the preseason. He didn't want the franchise tag. All pro in 2007. They agreed on a different deal. If you hit this amount of snaps, games played, you won't get franchised again.
Sure.
Went into free agency, got the bag from the Eagles, had a few good years for them, but really didn't amount to much. The last one, Stephon Gilmore. This is my first year covering the team. Never saw him practice a down with the Patriots, let alone play. After being a defensive player of the year, after being a Super Bowl champion, he held out. Started the season on the pup. Midway through the year, traded to Carolina for a 6th round pick. You should have gotten a better return. So there are 3 different scenarios. But you know what's consistent with all 3 of those guys?
What?
Bill Belichick was running the show. Not Elliott Wolf, not Gerard Mayo.
Yeah, I mean, they're showing a propensity to pay. They're just picking and choosing who they want. And again, you know, I've said this before, and it's pretty obvious now, but it's a youth movement, which is, again, I don't understand the game plan from the beginning with Matthew Judon then. Because if you didn't want to pay him because of the age or the mileage or whatever, then what the hell are you doing? Like, why are you playing these games? In terms of these other players, especially Richard Seymour specifically on this list, that was a guy who was dominant. I mean, what the hell else did you need to see from Richard Seymour to tell you to pay him the money? But you make a great point. Bill Belichick ran a different ship. If you're Elliott Wolf and you're Gerard Mayo and you're changing the culture, and it's all about the player, and we want you to be open and feelings, and everyone loves each other here. Great. Then you should be passing out these contracts, which they are, but you should also have a clear line of demarcation. If you are over the age of whatever it is, which right now feels like 30, 31, you ain't getting paid in New England. If that's a culture you want to build, fine. Then you should have let Matthew Judon be upset, tell him it is what it is, and you either trade him or you sit out and we fine your butt. Yeah, you make up your mind. What do you want? And I guarantee you he's saying, get me out of here and get me to a place where I can play and get paid. Great. Then you're trading them before all this happens. The value's a little bit better. Because now, what do you think teams around the league are watching? They're watching this drama like Days of Our Lives. And now you're going to pick up the phone if you're Elliott Wolf and say, hey, would you like Matthew Judon? He's a great pass rusher. He's like, yeah, and a pain in the ass. No thanks. And hang up on you. Or they're going to say a 6th round pick, take it or leave it. Now you're screwed. The Patriots screwed this up